Well, good morning, everybody. In Wisconsin, it is still cold. I think I've been saying that for how many months now, but it's not really bad. I shouldn't complain. I'm hoping to get out for a ride today outside, but we'll um, see how that goes. It may be an indoor ride, and it's okay. All right, so we're here in easy pose, in our seated pose, and we are here with our coffee. And we are simply going to start breathing. Or since we always breathe, we're going to become aware of our breathing. First of all, start with our nose. And then start to drag your breath down into your belly. When you inhale, try to push your belly out against your waistband of your pants, your shorts. When you exhale, just relax your belly and let the air come out like there's a little tiny hole in a bike tire. I don't know if it's bad karma to say that, but that's the image. You really want to simply relax. All right. Let's get your left hand on your right knee. Do a twist as you exhale. Inhale up. Or twist forward and exhale, roll yourself back. And it's just a gentle, we're just waking up our spines, getting a little bit of extra blood flowing. All right, so the other side, same thing. Just inhale and exhale and rotate out to the side. So the goal is really to rotate your shoulders so that one's going forward and one's going back. But you're not trying to force things. Again, we're just trying to move with your breathing. So when you inhale, come back, lengthen your spine, exhale, rotate your shoulders. All right, let's come back. Gonna roll forward, come into a downward dog for just a moment or two, just to get the backs of your thighs, your hamstrings, your lower back, your calf muscles, all of that starting to wake up. So the inhale in this is to come up on tiptoes, and the exhale is to sink a little bit lower. Maybe the exhale is to drop one heel down. Maybe the exhale is to drop the other heel down. All right. Let's inhale and walk our feet forward into forward fold. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And all the way up into a mountain. Hands together, and then bring your hands to heart center. All right, we're here. We're going to do some twists, some standing twists, and some different things with our arms and our side to open up our body from the top. You bring your arms up overhead. And this time you're going to open up to the left, bring your right hand forward and left hand back as the exhale. And inhale, come back up. Your legs are standing just where they are, and you're kind of wrist rotating your shoulders so that your hips rotate as well. And inhale up. Exhale, rotate. Inhale up. Exhale, rotate. You're just trying to get your hands as far apart as possible. And exhale. Inhale into your belly and exhale to the side. Good. So there's some good shoulder opening. Bring your hands down to your side. Get your cup of coffee. And now the movement will be simply cactus arms. So bring your arms up, bring your elbows to the side and your hands up. And all we're going to do is try to bring your elbows back as far as you can. And forward on the inhale and exhale, bring them back. So you're trying to squeeze your shoulder blades together. And again, this is another way of opening up your shoulders, your back, your pec muscles, the ones in your chest. More and more. And back. Good. Bring your shoulders down, roll them out a little bit. Just have your hands at your waist, and all we're going to do is just a side bend. So push your hips out to the right and lean your torso over to the left. If you want to, you can bring your right arm up and over as well. So this is like a reverse warrior, which we're not doing today, but it's the same idea. It reminds me I should do this when we're doing reverse warriors. Okay, so again, breathe into your belly. Let's do one more. Good. Now let's roll back with your hand. Find your breathing again. Good. Now push your hips out to the left. This is like a hokey pokey. And then bring your left arm up if you choose. So it doesn't really matter what you're doing with your feet. It's all what you're feeling is in the outside of your hips. That's the goal. Just keep exhaling and pushing out. And one more time. There you go. All right. So inhale, bring your arms up overhead. And we'll sit back into a chair pose. And we'll hold this for a few moments. And again, chair pose is you simply coming down into kind of a standing squat. And then keeping your arms up. And that's always a challenge for me. It's getting my shoulders to roll back enough so that I can keep my muscles firing to keep my arms up. But this is so much of a back exercise as well. Try to keep the weight kind of in your heels. You'll do one more time. Inhale, and then bring your hands to heart center. And then we're going to rotate so that your elbow, left elbow, is coming to your right knee. Now, if you can hook your elbow into your knee, or you can simply rotate. We're just doing these different twists. Inhale and rotate. So it's a chair twist. Come back a little bit and twist a little bit more deeply. Good. Right now, we'll come back to center. And then exhale and rotate to the other side, to the left. I think we should have our knees close together and our feet close together. That makes it balancing challenge. Good. And then just drop your hands into a forward fold, into a half lift. Inhale, exhale to a forward fold, back up to a mountain, arms overhead, hands together, and bring your hands to heart center. All right, how are we doing on time? Perfect. All right. So now we'll come into our main phase of the movements today. And what we'll do is roll through them twice so that first time we'll kind of get into the pose and kind of understand what it is. It's just 3 poses. It's just 3 things that we're doing. And then the second time we'll hold them for longer. So first time we're going to take a step back, inhale, drop your back heel, coming into warrior 1. All right, again, inhale and exhale, rotate your shoulders so that your hips come along. Good, one more breath. Good, now rotate into a warrior 2 on the exhale. Good, inhale, rotate your shoulders back. Good, and now inhale your front leg straight, reach with your left hand, and we'll come into triangle. So those are the 3 poses. Triangle is going to be a challenge in the morning, but we'll see how it goes. Inhale, exhale. Good, one more time. All we're going to do is roll up and rotate our feet. So now we're facing the opposite direction. Your right foot is forward, so I'm just going to turn around and then come into warrior 1 on this side. Just a couple of breaths here. Inhale and open your torso. Exhale, come into the warrior. And now inhale and exhale into the warrior 2 and rotate. And then inhale, front leg straight. Reach with your right hand and come in to a triangle on this side. All right, good. Now roll up, rotate your feet. Now your left foot is forward. We'll come into a warrior 1 on this side. All right, now, whoops, that's warrior 2, isn't it? Never mind. It's morning. All right, so inhale your shoulders Exhale, rotate. So again, you're trying to get your back leg mostly straight. You don't want to lock it out, but you want to have it straight. The inhale is rotating open a little bit, and the exhale is rotating forward. I'm way too far out for the morning. So I'm just adjusting my stance because it's morning and my body is just not moving yet. It's getting better already with the yoga. We're not there yet. So I am just trying to inhale and rotate open. Exhale, try to rotate my shoulders forward and feel it in the front and the inside of my right hip and leg. Now all the work is being done. It feels like in my left glute and in my left thigh, but I'm also trying to get weight on my back foot. If there's too much pressure on your shoulders, I just kind of inadvertently did this. You can always have your hands on your hips and you're trying to do the same thing. Is inhale and rotate and try to create the back bend where you're looking up at the ceiling, trying to rotate your hips and torso forward. Couple more breaths. Really focus on trying to push back on your left leg. I'm sorry, on your right leg, whatever leg is in the back. Good. Now, straighten the torso, come into a warrior two on the exhale. So now the inhale is going to be just the opposite. We're just trying to rotate open again and exhale, reach our hands as far wide as they will go. Okay, good. Now we're going to come into this, and now we're going to spend a little time in triangle. So it's going to be a challenge. Straighten your front leg on the inhale, reach with your left, and tilt your torso over. So just like we were doing in the side bend, the goal in triangle is simply to tilt your torso so that it's sideways. And that your right shoulder now, on the inhale, it's down, and the exhale, you're lifting it back up towards the ceiling, is to get your right shoulder on top of your left shoulder while your left hand comes down to the floor. That's the goal. And I'm sure you can see some Instagram models doing it very prettily and gracefully. And the rest of us look like this. Or worse. Not worse, differently. Because it's not, I'm not anywhere close to where I'm supposed to be with this. And I've been doing this for a bunch of years. And it's okay. It's just kind of the whole point of yoga is that there is not a competition. There's not a must be. You are trying to use your breath to guide you into a pose. And if you can't get it, then you got to back off. Good. All right. Let's roll up. This time we're going to bring our feet facing forward. Bring our heels in a little bit. And just do a bit of a forward fold just to relax a little bit in the muscles that are all tense right now. All right, let's roll back up. Rotate. Now your right foot, well, at least my right foot is forward. And we're going to come into warrior one on this side. Here we go. Again, we're really focusing on letting the breathing guide us. Breathe into your belly, push out your belly button, waistband. Think about your back leg. And just once you've got a decent pose, we're just trying to breathe, focus on your breathing, and kind of get a. Sometimes I get quiet because I'm starting to focus on my breathing, or I get lost in looking at my bikes and thinking about cycling. But the idea is to think about to focus your attention on your breathing. Let's do one more. Good. Let's rotate, inhale, and exhale into a warrior two. Excellent. Just think about your breathing, to your belly. Good. Now inhale, straighten your front leg. Reach with your right hand. And now tilting the torso over. Lifting your left hand as if you're hugging or unhugging a really big tree. I don't know if that's a very good analogy. It's like unhugging. All right, so now we're inhaling and trying to open your left shoulder up as you exhale. So it's all about rotating your shoulder, dropping your hand, still keeping weight on your back leg, and focusing on your breathing. And again, if this upper hand starts getting tired, you can always bring it to your waist. The goal is to have both palms open so that they're facing the front, again, as if you were trying to unhug a big tree. Let's do a couple more breaths. Into your belly and then relax. One more time. All right, let's slowly come up. Rotate your feet. Come forward. Do a standing. We're going to do a seated one in a moment. So your feet are pretty wide. You can make them as wide as you want. Toes are pointing a little out. But again, that's going to be up to you for what you're comfortable with. The goal is to be feeling this in the back of your thighs, in your hamstrings, in your glutes, in your lower back, maybe in your neck. All right, and then slowly, with as much grace and poise as you can, we're going to come into a butterfly. And this is when you discover that you have one sock backwards or inside out. As you push your soles of your feet together and find your breathing for a moment. Just breathe into your belly. Good. Now we're just going to inhale, reach. And exhale. Go. As you reach forward, inhale, come back. Reach. We are definitely in spring weather in the Midwest. It snowed yesterday, and I'm hearing birds chirping outside today. Iowa, there's a tornado on one day and snow the next. There's a big old ice storm up north. Where, by the way, I'm heading this weekend. I'll race my fat bike. Let's do one more. On the exhale, the goal is just to let your knees, and even on the inhale, to let your knees just relax and fall open. Good. All right. Now, just like we were doing with the wide stance forward fold. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a little challenging. So, your legs are wide as they will go. And what we're going to do is just work on our hamstrings and our lower back, yes, but also in our side, because what we're going to do is take our nose. We won't take our nose, but our nose and our middle of our chest. We're going to try to roll them as best we can towards our left knee. So the inhale is to come up. The exhale is to rotate our torso so that we're coming as straight down as possible. With your hands, sometimes it's helpful to put my hand on the outside of my left leg, so my right hand, just to create a bit of a guide that works for you. So you want to try to keep your right butt cheek on the mat, which is sometimes a challenge. So it's not just trying to bring like your left shoulder down to your knee. It's really to try to create that rotation again in your lower spine. All right, good. Now let's come over to the other side. Oh, a little bit tighter here. And again, you're just trying to create that little bit of rotation. It's as if you're trying to bring the middle of your chest. So you can kind of torque your neck around. It's really bringing the middle of your chest toward your knee. And it's surprisingly challenging. It's a lot of exhaling and inhaling and trying to relax the tops of your thighs, your quadriceps, the four muscles on top of your thigh. Go into your hip. Let's do a couple more. We'll call it a day. No, there's some good opening that's happening in my lower back right now. Just trying to keep my back as flat as possible doing this. All right, let's come back up. Let's get into our easy pose, the way we started the practice this morning. See if it feels any easier to be in this pose. All right. Find your breath down into your belly, down into your hips. Hands to your side as I'll inhale. Bring your hands together. I'm going to sneeze in this last bit. Excuse me. Excuse me. One more. I think we're done now. All right, let's try that again. Inhale up. And hands together, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for being with us today. Namaste. All right, have a good day. Come visit simpleendurancecoaching.com. Come check out the coaching and the strength training and more yoga that is available. Take care.